Hi, this is Dorothy White with Channel 6, and we're here today for Community Focus. We're so glad to be in this beautiful place with some very special people today, and we hope you enjoy this wonderful show starting out at Shack and Cocoa. With Miss Kim here is joining us, and she has welcomed us to the beautiful Riot Bookseller. This is something brand new with Shack and Cocoa, just within the past year, and I can't tell you how many times I have enjoyed being here. And now I am very happy to have my sisters join us. But Kim, I know you've got a lot of information on this room and on a new book I understand that you have written.
Mine is not exactly new. It's been out about 5 years, but it's a young adult novel, and it's romantic suspense, and it's
Sounds wonderful. What's the name of your book?
It's called Running on Empty.
Running on Empty. That is excellent. And I know as I look around this incredible room, they just have done a beautiful, beautiful job on it. And all the books in the bookcase, from the beautiful carpets on the floor to this wonderful mural behind us. And Kim, can you tell us a little bit about that?
This mural, the owner and the manager, Zachary, they came up with the concept kind of, and then the artist, Kara Blanford, she's a local artist. She took it to the next level, and she just did this amazing mural for us. So,
well, I think the best thing that I feel when you come in here, you feel very comfortable. You feel very at home with the very nice sofas out here in front of us, and you know this behind us. And we have a little pink peach champagne that she's going to share with us today. And so, thank you. Kim, why don't you tell a little bit about the product that you have here and all that Shack and Cocoa has to offer?
This is a peach Bellini. It's a nice sweet drink. Everybody that asks for something sweet, this is usually what they end up liking. Okay. So we've sell a lot of these.
But you also have many wines.
Yes.
And that kind of thing too to offer, and just about anything on the menu. I mean, look here at this wonderful selection of wines that they have, and I think the selection that you have to read as well. There's all kinds of interesting books there from just about every different walk of life, something for everyone. And truly, it's not just for the ladies. I've seen a lot of gentlemen in here in the evening. We came in with a few couples one night, so they have couples events. They have different things, just about anything that you would like.
Yes, we had a chocolate and wine pairing night a couple of weekends ago. It was a ticketed event, and we sold out of those. We had 30 tickets, and that was really nice. And we have several book clubs that have made appointments, or like
joined
the room.
So, could you tell us the hours then?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, is 10 to 7, and we're trying Friday nights open later till 9.
Yeah. So kind of a drop-in on Friday nights. I think it was a Friday that we were here, and I know we sat out in front so we could be outside. Yes. My friends and I just love to come in and get a glass of this delicious peach champagne and share that, or a glass of wine. Many wine drinkers might enjoy some of that. And there's outside seating, and then people were just walking down the street and were so charmed by the Shack and Cocoa sign and decided that they want to come in and share that with us.
Yes. We're a bookstore with wine instead of coffee, so that's kind of our...
But we did have to sneak next door and do a little shopping that night, if I remember right.
Yes.
And they were just so accommodating, and I know that couple that was in here will never forget their trip. They were here from Washington, D.C., and so very exciting that my sister Judy Castillo is from Southern California. You want to...
I'm from Southern California, Rancho Cucamonga. It's probably about halfway between LA and Palm Springs. And I'm out here for our Sister Week with my sister Dorothy. We love Bardstown. It's got the most
beautiful.
It's the most beautiful small town, yes. But it has the cutest stores to shop in. We just have more fun when we come. We get to catch up on all our news and just have a wonderful week.
And my other sister, Barbara.
I'm Barbara Forner from Jackson, Michigan, and I can tell you where that is on the hand. Here's Chicago, here's Detroit, and Jackson's right in the middle, so you can kind of get an idea. And we try to have the Sister Week every year, and We wouldn't miss it for the world.
We wouldn't, and we were just watching some of the clips last night
Oh my gosh.
and catching up a little bit that.
Yeah.
And Kim, you said you had a sister all the way in Maine.
Yes,
Yes.
she lives in Maine, Durham, Maine is
Oh,
where
okay.
she lives, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just know that to us it has become a sacred visit. I know I plan on it, and what we do is because I'm the youngest, and so I'm the third child, but we are the original boomers. We are stair steps. And so one right after another. And so a year later we had Miss Judy. And so she, living in Southern California, it's really hard to, compete with what she puts on. But, and then my Barb
No,
in,
not for Dorothy.
well, my Barb in Michigan
Try hard.
is where we're all from originally, and each one kind of tries to outdo the other one
Yes.
when they come into town. Well, we just want to show them a good time, and I know Gary and I have worked together for years, and when I told them about Community Focus, and they watch our show way up in
course,
Michigan,
of
Gary, I
course,
told you,
wouldn't miss it.
they
And
spread it far and
California.
wide, all the way out to California,
Yes, we
and this
love
is
it.
just my immediate family, and with all the kids and the grandkids and the families have all said they just can't wait to see the Sister Week show.
Yes.
Hi there. We are back with Community Focus, and we are here in the beautiful Shack and Cocoa in downtown Bardstown, and it is a gorgeous day. This is a really special show for me because Community Focus, I love every single one that we've done, but the special thing about it today is I have my wonderful sisters with me, Judy from California and Barb all the way from Michigan, and so this is something that I, as a Barstonian, am very, very proud of my community, and I'm so glad to get to share it a little bit with them. And we are in the Shack and Cocoa Riot bookseller, and it has just been so fun already. We're having a little peach champagne. If you have never tasted peach champagne, you really should try that. It's just delicious. Or a wine or whatever you want. And they've got all these wonderful books. And so we're just going to get started with how Sister Week. I've had so many people question me, how did you come to start this? And I know we started out in 2007 in California. And Judy, tell a little bit about the planning that you did with that.
Well, it was my birthday coming up, and out in California, I don't get to see my two lovely sisters very often.
Yes.
And of course, growing up, we were so close. But as you get older and you have your families, you have your children, and you get a lot of other interests, you just kind of separate a little bit. So when I think it was Dorothy, well, one of them
I think
called.
it was Barb.
It was Barb, and called and said, "Well, what would you like for your birthday?" And I said, more than anything in the world, I would love to have you guys come and spend a week with me. And we could just go away together and spend some time together and get to know each other again, really. And
Catch up.
yeah.
Catch up.
and surprise to me, really, they both said yes, and yes, they would come. And so I was just, so excited. And just the fact that our husbands were willing and happy to have us get together. Well, maybe happy to say, go and spend
Yes.
a little time out there.
Yeah,
But no,
together.
They were very encouraging. Supportive.
Very
and
supportive.
it has been nothing but fun. Should I continue?
Well, you started this with Judy,
sixth
and I
with
know
the- with your
when
birthday.
my sister called me and said, "You'd be interested in going to California for a week or 10 days? What do you think?" And it was like, yes. Excellent idea, and we just want to put that out there. It has been such a blessing to us. My sisters as adults, yes, I knew them as children, but when you're growing up with your busy families, you miss so much.
you do.
And now I feel like I really know them, especially after this week, because this week is Bardstown. And so this week we're just going to but they get to see what your life is like. And if you've got a sister out there, you need to track her down and have her come and visit and spend that time with you.
Yes.
But tell them about the trip that you planned for us, Jude, when you were there, when you planned it.
Well, I thought, you want to have them enjoy themselves when they come out. So, and they've been out to California to visit before, but I wanted to think of some really fun things that would be not just touristy, but times where we could spend time together and really just relax, have a little glass of peach wine.
Have a little glass of peach
Just
wine.
catch up.
Yeah.
So my son has a timeshare, Wyndham timeshare, out in out by Palm
Indio.
Springs, Indio, and I asked him if we could, rent one of the rooms or use one of the rooms for a week, and he said, of course, and so we did. And we had more fun there because it's a lovely place. There's a big lazy river that we made a lot of use of. We had a nice big suite of rooms with a kitchen, and we could cook our own food. So that was fun. And then after 2 or 3 days maybe?
2 or 3 days.
We went down to Laguna, which
To the
has always
beach.
been one of my favorite beaches.
We've covered the desert. We're going to the beach.
We're heading for the beach, and
To the beach.
our home is up close to the mountains. So we drove out to the desert, kind of came down to Laguna, and I had made reservations at one of the hotels that I thought was right on the beach.
It was perfect.
It was nice. It was nice. So we had a lovely time going in the little shops and shopping and spending time just laying in the sun and relaxing and catching up.
And I
just-
think one of the main things is, like you said, you laugh and you cry.
we do.
We do.
We cry a lot. Our mom taught us.
Yes, our mom was a crier, and
And you just have the best time catching up and just,
Yeah.
you know, just talking and just laughing about just whatever and you know, shopping and just having just a really good time together. And
I think one of the things that I love about it the most is when you come to visit for a few days and your whole family and everybody, there's a lot of plans. And I made sure when I planned it that we wouldn't have plans. That we'd have days here, we'd have days here, and we'd have days here, and it takes away that sense of urgency when you get together with your family maybe, and you don't really have time to get into some of the deeper things that you want to talk about.
you're not necessarily on an agenda. You have a
Somewhat.
you know, somewhat.
Dorothy's
but
usually a good
with
agenda.
girls, I think you have a lot more flexibility and like, well, you know, just spontaneity. And you think up things. Well, let's do this. Well, yeah, let's do that. You know, and
Yeah.
well, let's go here. Well, let's stop here.
Yes.
Oh, this. You know, and it just
And you
ends
have
up
the
being
freedom to do that.
just like a you know road trip.
that's what it is.
Exactly.
It's the girls' road trip.
Girls road trip.
And
Thelma
I
and
think-
Louise
Yeah.
and her friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and my sister Barb up in Michigan, and if you've never been to Michigan, again,
Oh my
you know, we have a
gosh.
lot of charm and a lot of beauty here, but every single place that we have gone, I've just loved. So we were in Michigan. Why don't you tell a little bit about your trip and your planning?
Well, when my sisters came, we had Mackinac Island planned, and that's a 4-hour drive from Jackson, which is not bad. And so you arrive in Mackinac City, you get on a ferry, and it takes you across to the island. And of course, we had the hotel room booked and all there on the island, which is nice if you stay overnight, because then you get the well, what would you call it? Whatever.
Well, the breakfast in the
the
morning, we went
breakfast.
down and had the buffet.
Yeah.
We ate outside.
Yeah.
It was
And
just
you
wonderful.
You get a feel for the island.
The feel, more
you
feel.
Just, you just need time to
yes.
do that.
You get a more feel for the island because the tourists all go home about 7 o'clock on the last boat, or 9, 10, whatever it is. And
you
then
get
it
the
just gets
evening.
quiet, and you can see the bridge from
Beautiful.
the island, and there's just, you know, fudge, horse and buggy rides, and
buggies.
The only
And,
one that went out with a shopping bag from the Fudge Shore.
yeah. So there's numerous
She's
fudge
famous now
stores,
for that.
numerous fudge stores that you can't help but just stock up.
Yeah.
So anyway, then you've got, you know, everybody on your list to get one for. So I had this large shopping bag of
With
fudge.
everybody a gift.
And we wanted to go to the Grand Hotel, which the island is quite famous, is famous for. We just wanted to go in and look around, you know, and just see it. So we thought, well, how do you get up there? Well, you get in the horse and buggy taxi. So we go over and we said, where do you think you catch the taxi to the island? I just don't know. And so we're standing there with our things, and we look around, and then it says, behind us is a sign, Mackinac Island Taxi. So we're standing there like this. Taxi pulls up, it has the livery guy, the horses. We get in like to a stage, like a coach, you know, little buggy,
stagecoach kind
little
of thing,
stagecoach
yeah.
thing. All three of us get in, and we go through the town, and then way up the hill, and up by in front of the Grand Hotel, and then it pulls up, and the livery guy gets out, or the driver gets out, opens the little door, and we all step out, go into the hotel, and
Well,
It
the
was just
valet
really
from the
nice.
hotel came down, and of course he thought if this horse and buggy pulled up right to the front where he lets everybody off,
Yeah.
they're staying at the Grand Hotel, which is this beautiful hotel, but very, very expensive. And so, but he welcomed us in, walked us in the door,
Yeah.
took some pictures, and just
Yeah.
had a lovely, lovely time. And just the weather was perfect when we were
Yeah,
up
so we
there.
just had really
and
great
just
time.
that was the start off. And I think that might have been the first year that Dennis made the CD.
I think
Oh,
it
right,
was.
I think he did.
So we took lots of
He made the
pictures.
CD of it. We all took so many pictures.
Yeah.
Well, we want to share each other's pictures, and this
yeah.
is before phones. So you're clicking them with the camera. And so
developing
what we
with the
found
phones.
is we took each one of the pictures and combined it, and my husband made a CD for us. So we have lots and lots of memories that we can look back. We were watching them, some of them last
Laughing.
night.
Oh,
Oh, and you
I-
just laugh, and then you
Yeah.
cry, and then you laugh, and
He,
Oh,
Dennis
you
has
remember
such
that?
A,
Remember that?
Dennis has such a sense of humor, and we've all rented bikes to ride around the island.
Big old bikes.
yeah, there's
and
only
so-
it's only 7 miles around the island.
But we were going, and so we're getting on the bikes, and Dennis puts music to the
Get your motor
To
running.
the-
Get your motor, you know, the old,
your motor
the old
running
Stephen
and
Wilson.
going.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Which
so
makes the
here we
video
are
fun.
going down in Ireland things with the old Stephen Wilson song singing, and he just finds the perfect songs to
He
go.
does.
So they're like little bitty movies that are just so much
They
fun.
are. They are. And a lot of times we'll show them, if we get together for Christmas, we'll show them at Christmas, and then our whole family gets to share it. So just a really special time. And I know that there's a lot of folks out there that might be interested in doing something like this. What would be your advice to them? How to start it?
I would say you set a time apart when it's good for your family that you can get away.
Far enough
because you've
ahead.
got three that people, well, we
Families.
do,
Three
that you have
families,
to
yeah.
work with. And, you know, you purchase your ticket ahead,
Yeah.
whatever, if you have to travel. And just set that time and say, this is when we're going, this is what we're doing, and
Yeah.
stick by it. And we've enjoyed it for how many years?
Well, this is our 11th year.
11
And
years
I
we've been
think
doing
the
this.
really cool thing about it too is we do happen to live in 3 different states, and so we're far enough away that when we go to visit, it's a real vacation.
Right.
But
a
yet
real getaway.
a real getaway, but each one tries to outdo the other. So when they came to beautiful Bardstown, of course it was so easy for me because there were a million things
Dorothy
to
set
do.
the bar pretty high, I'll tell you.
Set the bar pretty high, but one of the things
Oh,
that
we
I
had fun.
enjoyed the most about it was just spending that special time with my sisters, and like you said, getting to know. We have 12 kids between us, and so that's a lot of children to talk
Keeps
about.
us
Oh,
busy.
sure.
And
Catch
so
up,
you
yeah.
have to catch up on them, catch up on the husbands, and catch up on just life in general. A lot of times you've changed jobs in between that. We've gotten to see each other go through all these transitions, and thank goodness we're all to the point where we are all retired now. And so
Husbands and wives.
husbands and wives, and so we have gone to the point so we not only enjoy having the husbands join us sometimes, but also have that week to ourselves.
Yeah.
But then even once in a while, children here and there
Yes.
have
Yeah.
come in.
Yes.
I know your daughter Lisa
Yeah.
has made it special in San Diego,
Well,
Christy in Orlando, or
Orlando.
Winter Garden,
Yeah.
and
Elise got married in Pasadena.
Lisa
Yeah.
got
They
so-
all came to the wedding.
Yeah.
we
It was
all
so
came to the
exciting.
wedding,
Yep.
and
But we got to sneak away for a little bit of sister.
did. We
just a
did.
few days
We
for
did.
Sister Week
She
to
snuck
tie
away
it
and
in.
we went off on our.
Yeah, so
We
So
did.
that was
But
fun.
Dorothy, I think you have to tell some about that first trip here.
The first trip
Because it was so wonderful.
Well, the outstanding part about this, and Johnny Warren, you'll be happy to hear this, a highlight of that is I called Johnny, I was working at the chamber then, and I called Johnny and I said, my 2 sisters are coming into town, one from Michigan and one all the way from California, and what do I have to do to get them in one of those hoop skirts? And he
love
said,
the
we
hoop
cannot, because
skirts.
Gone with the Wind, when we were growing up, Mom
with the
always,
Wind.
it was
Oh,
all
our
about Gone with
favorite
the Wind.
book, our
And those
favorite.
big hoop skirts
Yeah.
and Scarlet and the whole
Yeah,
deal.
our favorite.
And he said, no problem. He said, how'd you like to be in the drama? And I said, oh my goodness.
And we
Just, when they came, and I said, you were in
just
the
so-
drama. And what he did for us was we went to a fitting, which was almost as much fun as being in the drama.
Yes.
If you've never worn a pair of pantalettes,
And
I
a hoop
think
skirt.
that you should.
And a hoop skirt.
And a
A
hoop
dress.
skirt that you can barely move in 2 or 3 inches,
Yeah.
but it's out, what, maybe 3 or 4 feet
Oh, yeah.
out to each side of you.
Yeah.
And so we're bumping into each other and we're trying, we all want to wear the beautiful green dress.
The green
like
dress is-
Scarlett, that I think was about a 4.
Yeah, we
And-
felt
and-
a little like Cinderella trying to get into that
Trying
little
to get
green
into
dress.
the dress.
That's
And
all
then
right.
going
That's all
there
right.
that night and having the whole family in the audience, or as many as we could get,
Yeah.
and having us come out and,
And-
do you want to tell Johnny's famous line when I said, "Don't worry,
Okay.
Johnny, we won't sing."
Okay, so of course the singers are fabulous in the show.
In the drama.
And the drama. So we when we get our cue, we all go out there, and all we can do is mouth the songs, and he's told us that. And
Yes, you pretend. He said, "Just
He
talk
didn't
like
want to hear
Yeah.
one note.
one note
coming out.
because he said, I do have a hook.
Yes. So if we got out of line, and he didn't even know my sisters. He didn't even know my
He
sisters at
didn't
that
realize who he
time.
was dealing with.
But that was definitely a highlight in going to the
Oh,
old
gosh.
Kentucky home, doing the
Yeah.
tours around Bardstown, and we did have some special tours
Yeah.
planned, but each one tries to outdo it just a little bit to make it a little bit better, but I don't know how you could make it any better than spending a week with the most special people in your lives, and you get to know them again on a personal basis,
Yeah.
and I think that's what makes it so special, and what I would
Well,
really,
And
advise
that's
folks to
true.
do.
I mean, because growing up with our busy lives and our families, and you almost have to wait till they're grown to an extent when you can get away, and so when that point comes, it makes it just easier, and then
Right.
and then
Well,
so it's just
And
easier to get away.
our daughters keep wanting it to be
Sister-daughter.
sister
Yeah, mother-daughter.
week.
Mother-daughter week.
Well,
But we keep saying, so far we've said no,
But-
it's
Yes.
sisters.
But we might.
But we might.
We might
And
have to do
kinda-
that.
We have kind of a couple of times.
Yes.
You know,
They're
like,
older now. It's
yeah,
not like
they're
we're going
older
to be
and-
babysitting.
Right,
They're
right.
old
Yeah.
enough to
Yeah.
come along.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
they can get away.
We should mention that we do have a little brother. Being
Yes.
baby boomers, it goes in stair steps,
Yeah.
one year
Oldest.
after another, one after another.
Yeah.
But we do have a brother that's 4 years younger than us, and we tell him we feel bad, but you know what? You're the brother, and you don't get to come. And
Because it's Sister Week.
it's Sister Week, but truly one of the most special things in my life has been being a part of this. And I just want you both to know, Judy and Barb, just how much it's meant to me to
Yes.
spend this adult
Yeah.
time with you and growing up and seeing the
Right, right.
families. It's just been a joy to all of us. So
And we have Judy's birthday to thank for it.
yes, we do. That was the start.
Yeah.
That was the start.
So-
And it's been nothing
But fun.
better and more fun
Every
every year.
year.
And we look forward to it so much.
We do.
And the planning is half the fun.
Oh,
Trying
it
to figure out
is. It
new
is.
things that
Yes,
we could do.
yes, yes.
And
Like,
if you
what do you
haven't
wanna
done
do
this with your
and-
sisters, do it. Take the
A
opportunity
special friend,
to do
Yeah.
a
it.
special
Yeah.
friend if you don't have a
Special
sister.
Yeah.
So
But
much
just the planning
Special
is
friend that's
half the
like a
fun.
sister, which-
That's like a
Lot of-
sister, and a lot of people do
have
have
special
friends that are
friends
close
for-
to them. But I think the thing
we
is
all
just
do.
to thank everybody for working so hard and
Yeah.
having such a nice time,
Yeah.
because I know it's all those special moments of the joy and the tears
Yeah.
that our mom instilled in us, that your family is the most important thing in your lives and always will be.
Yeah, and I know when we get together, we just start laughing, and we hardly
minute we walk in.
hardly quit laughing the whole time we're together.
We do. We
Yeah.
enjoy so much
So-
of that, but
you wanna
crying
tell
too
them
when
right
it's sad. No,
But hopefully
but
not too
just
much.
that it is
Some
all
secrets we don't
those
tell.
little personal things
Yeah.
that make it special.
Yeah.
So, and we're so glad you could join us today. We are at the beautiful store Shack and Cocoa in beautiful downtown Bardstown, and we're so happy to be here today with Kim Ballard. And Kim is over the Riot bookseller, and we're enjoying our time over here. And she actually has a book that is on the shelves. And we actually have several authors here in Bardstown, and I'm always surprised only that the depth, the incredible job that they have done to have a book on the shelf. And you can get it right here at Shack and Cocoa. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your book?
It's a young adult novel. It's romantic suspense. It's about a 17-year-old girl who kills her boyfriend and then runs away with the help of her friends. So,
Well, I think she's caught my attention already. I think every single one of us has a young adult in our family that maybe has gone through some traumatic, thing in their life. And like my sister said, the sooner they get their heart broken, the better off they are. But obviously, this is a little, stronger than that. But that's okay. I think the biggest thing with it is that there are young adults out there that need to know they are not the only one. They are not the only one in this situation. They're not the only one going through this. So please gather around your friends and your family for support. And like Kim says, just to use those people to help you get through whatever it is you have to deal with, and they'll be able to help you. And Kim, you tell me that the Nelson County Library is going to have a book club here, and they're going to use your book, which is available here at Shack and Cocoa for only $9.99. And it looks like an excellent book, and it looks like good reading, but not overwhelming. So it's something that someone can pick up and read in a fairly short amount of time. But join them here with the Nelson County Library, and come to Shack and Cocoa and enjoy your evening.